Oh, right. Yes. I know what you're thinking. I am too late. I'm 1 year late. I know. But I really wanted to play this game, because I didn't really play the originals. DMC, that means DMC 1, 2, 3, and 4. I didn't really play them, and I was really interested into this one. So I bought it last year in November, and right now I'm giving you my review. So, without further ado, people, let's start with the story. In DmC Devil May Cry, you're playing as Dante, the son of an angel, Eva, and a demon, Spada. Basically, Dante is seeking for revenge because when he was a child, his mother got killed by the brother of Sparta, the demon. His brother is Mundus, which is, by the way, the big boss in this game. So Mundus wasn't happy about that demon angel union, so he killed Eva and he took Sparta, his brother, into some kind of big punishment. They don't really explain what it is in the game, but you can assume it's something like you're going to burn in hell forever. So, like I said, Dante is seeking for revenge, and yeah, that's the story of this DMC Devil May Cry. Now, throughout the game, the character development, about different characters, about Dante, is pretty good. But I would say the really big disappointing thing in this story is the ending. The ending is pretty cliche and some it's predictable at the end. It's very predictable. And yeah, I would say that's the big problem in this story. Even if in this game the story is not really a huge factor because the gameplay makes this game. As you can see in this game, in terms of combos, you have a lot to do. The possibilities are huge. So huge that in the game there is actually a practice mode, or a training mode, just like if it was a fighting game. Now, something very funny about it is in that mode they only show you what you can do with all the weapons, but they don't actually show you combos example. The only way to see combos example are during the loading times. And something interesting about that is depending on the difficulty you're playing, you will have easier or harder combos. Now, knowing that Dante is the son of an angel and a demon, he has different abilities and weapons related to both sides. Everything in blue will be related to his mother, and everything in red will be related to his father. Something I really like about this game is the scoring system. It forces you to use every single weapon in the game, and the more you diversify your combos, the more weapons you're using, the higher score you will get. And in DmC Devil May Cry, there are seven levels of difficulty. I beat the game 6 times, and right now I'm not even tired of replaying it. Actually, right now I'm trying to get the SSS rank in Dante Must Die, knowing that the hardest difficulty in this game are Dante Must Die and Hell and Hell. So all of these had to the game a really good replayability, something that is really cool. The boss fights overall in this game were pretty good. In this type of games, the boss fights are very important. And in DmC Devil May Cry, they are not disappointing. Even if I will say that the last boss was kinda cliche, but definitely the best boss in this game for me was Bob. In all of these, there are two problems. The first one is really small, and the second one is a little bigger. The first one is basically the camera. Sometimes, and I really say sometimes, when you will have only one enemy left, the camera will focus on that enemy. But the problem is, most of the time you will want to escape from an attack of the enemy, and the camera will not focus anymore. It's not perfect at that time. But to counter that problem, when you have a lot of enemies on your screen, only those that you see are going to attack you. That means if you have enemies behind you that are off screen, they are not going to touch you. They are not going to attack you by surprise. Like, for example, in a Batman game, no, they are not going to do that. So that countered the problem of the camera. And like I said, this first problem is really small. The second problem is bigger, and it is that the game is too short. I didn't play the game straight, I played the game a little bit every day, but still, when I beat it, I was like, man, this game is too short. I want more. Again, to counter that problem, I think they added more, all these levels of difficulties. And something I didn't tell you is, in all of these levels of difficulties, the enemies, what they do, it changes. They have new attacks, they do new stuff, which is, like I said, it brings a replayability to the game, and that's really good. But still, even if the game is a bit old, it's too short. It's really too short. I would have loved to see more secret missions, like for example in Limbo, where you have to get to the finish line in a specific amount of time. I would have loved to see more of those. I would have loved to see more parts where you have to think, because in this game there is only one part where you think, and it happens really at the end of the game, and that's it. So the biggest problem I would say in this DmC Devil May Cry is that the game is too short. They could have done really more with this universe, with the Limbo. They could have done more, but yeah, that's really the biggest problem in this game. For the graphics, in DmC Devil May Cry, the character models, all different characters, they are not crazy good, but they are not bad at the same time. It's not like it was, for example, a Remember Me. No, it's not at that level, but it's not bad at the same time. It's decent, I would say. Now, the environment, however, is really, really good, because, I have to say, because of the colors and the lighting effects. In this game, the lighting effects are gorgeous, beautiful, especially in the Limbo, when you have all these things moving around, all these lights, it's gorgeous. Even if sometimes it's a little too much, you can't see exactly what is in this specific area because of the lighting, But overall, it's really good. The lighting effects are gorgeous. For the audio, soundtracks, voice acting, the soundtracks in this game are really good. During the fightings, during the cutscenes, and more importantly, during the boss fights, the soundtrack in this game are awesome.
Wait, you're gonna have to fight your way out.
Shit, back in Limbo. Bad day for a hangover. Get your filthy fucking claw off my trailer. Missed.
For the voice acting is the same thing. It's nothing over the top. For example, it's not like a The Last of Us, for example, it's not like that, but the voice acting is pretty good too. You have some funny dialogues here and there, and overall it's good. I will conclude by saying that DmC Devil May Cry is a really good game. You have a decent story, even if the ending is really predictable and cliche. You have a really extremely good gameplay with a lot of replayability with the different difficulties. You have good graphics, with good lighting effects, good audio, good soundtracks, but the biggest problem of this game is that the game is too short. That's the biggest problem of this game. But overall, the game is really good, and I really enjoyed it from the beginning to the end. And that's why, people, I give this DmC Devil May Cry a score of 17.5 over 20. So, this was my review on this game. Hope you guys liked it. I really enjoyed doing it. I had a lot of fun doing it, a lot of fun playing the game. And yeah, make sure to like the video, to check out my previous review, which will be in the description. And yeah, thanks for watching. God bless you, and see you in my next video. Bye bye.